Mr. Speaker, I want to first thank the Honourable Member, Honourable O'Connor, for asking the question, important question and important for the country, important for the economy, important for all the stakeholders, the farmers, the household, labourers, the landowners, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Agriculture's direction is guided by the 2019-2023 Strategic Development Plan, aligned to the 5-year and 20-year National Development Plan, with the overall objective of achieving the Sustainable Development Goals through a sustainable, competitive and resilient agriculture sector over this period. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry's Strategic Development Plan is grounded on 5 key strategic priorities, which includes commercial agriculture expansion, the availability of financial services, increase agribusiness participation, enhancing ICT system in the agricultural sector, all towards improving and expanding commercial agriculture. Mr. Speaker, the agriculture sector continues to reflect growth over the years, over the last decade. Mr. Speaker, from 2018 to 2020, the value of non-sugarcane agriculture GDP grew at a compound annual growth rate of 4.9%. This was an increase from Fijian 686 million in 2018 to Fijian 756 million in 2020. The growth was influenced by commodities like kava, dalo, ginger, turmeric, and horticultural crops, Speaker Mr. Speaker, the return on investment in the last 3 financial years, with an average budgetary allocation of 62.9 million, where every dollar of government investment in agriculture, meaning government's agriculture ministry's budgetary allocation, resulted in $9 an output, Mr. Speaker. So that's the return on investment, Mr. Speaker. So whenever we the ministry, when we talk about our allocation, we talk about, or we treat that as an investment rather than an expenditure, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, comparatively, this return on investment is on the higher side comparatively to other developing countries, Mr. Speaker. 1:9, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the ministry is committed to further continuing leveraging agriculture sector, noting the strategic advantage we have regarding crop agriculture, noting the favorable weather conditions we have, noting the large, vast amount of land still unutilized and has the potential to bring it under agriculture. Mr. Speaker, that at the end of 2021-2022 financial year, the ministry has recorded an additional 15,598 farmers in the database, which makes up the total number of farmers, adding on to the census one, to 98,993. So at the moment, Mr. Speaker, we have on our books 98,993 farmers. Mr. Speaker, so a substantial increase from the census period, which was 2020, which was 83,000. So over this period, from 2020 to this year, now we've got an additional 15,000 farmers moving to agriculture. It's a very positive sign, noting farmers, laborers who are in the urban area, their confidence on agriculture sector to peg their future. Mr. Speaker, to note this and to deliver on to our objective of expanding commercial crop agriculture, this year, in this budget, Mr. Speaker, unfortunately, our critics are not able to read the budget. $29.2 million has been allocated to fast-track growth of agriculture sector and provide direct assistance. So, Mr. Speaker, this $29.2 million is the direct assistance that we provide to farmers, apart from the technical advice to our pathologists, our entomologists that we are giving to farmers, apart from the subsidized medicines that we are providing to livestock farmers, apart from the other support that we are providing through our ministry, Mr. Speaker. So, for example, support towards eradicating brucellosis and TB. So, on top of all those, Mr. Speaker, $29.2 million has been allocated, and advertise, Mr. Speaker, say. Advertise so that every farmer out there who are interested to get a leverage through government support will have an opportunity to apply and compete on equal footing, Mr. Speaker, say. Mr. Speaker, say, in this $29.2 million, top is $7 million that has been allocated for the first time ever for farmers to hire machinery to bring new land under cultivation, to cultivate existing land through land preparation, through drainage works, through using a bulldozer to better organize their farms or bring new land under cultivation, Mr. Speaker said. Mr. Speaker said we've got allocation to allow farmers to buy small machinery on a 1/3, 2/3 basis, Mr. Speaker said. For example, they want to buy a rotavator, they want to buy a small mini tractor, they want to buy disc plow, etc. So, ministry will contribute a grant of $5,000, up to $5,000, Mr. Speaker said. Mr. Speaker said, noting that our highest export earner is kava, we are now wanting to give these farmers, a number of them, with allocation of $72,000, small gadgets, pounding machines, dryer, etc., Mr. Speaker said. So, Mr. Speaker said, we've got assistance to rice farmers. This rice season last year up till 2 months ago, we had a bumper harvest in Vanuatu, 10 times more production than last year, Mr. Speaker said. And we had incentivized them through provision of harvesters from ministry. Now we want them to own the harvesters, Mr. Speaker said, where we will provide 2/3 contribution. Honorable Prime Minister, about a month ago, handed over 2 harvesters to 2 cooperatives in Vanuatu. This year, Mr. Speaker said, we've got 10 harvesters, so that completely in Vanuatu, the farmer cooperatives will own harvesters. This is a critical binding constraint in rice farming community, Mr. Speaker, because they don't have people to harvest rice manually. And the amount of confidence this has built when we announced that we'll be now giving all those groups in Vanuatu, entire Vanuatu, who are growing rice in groups, harvesters, they have now started to bring in more land, and land is also being sifted from other crops as well, Mr. Speaker said. Mr. Speaker said, we have also provided assisting in this package of $29.2 million farmers whose farming land is far away from where they're staying. And this is typical in Fiji, in the rural interior, where we've got farmers living in villages, but their farm is about 2 kilometers away, 3 kilometers away. So when they go to work on their farm, they don't return the same day. They return 3 days later, 2 days, 4 days later, etc. So they need a farm, small farmhouse, farm shed. For that, the ministry has got a package of material, and we are looking at assisting close to 42 farmers to construct farm shed on their farm, Mr. Speaker said, with an allocation of $170,000. Mr. Speaker said, we are assisting farmers to make major investments through a grant where ministry will provide 20% equity contribution as a grant to the loan that they will take from FDB. It's a new program that we started last year, first time ever, Mr. Speaker says, it's called Commercial Farmers Equity Package. So farmers who would want to construct or do major investment, buy an excavator, bulldozer of their own individually, Mr. Speaker say, they can dip into and apply for this assistance. Mr. Speaker say, all this is open now, is closing on Wednesday, and we are extending it till next week, Friday, Mr. Speaker said. Mr. Speaker say, we've got another allocation to assist the new young graduates out of NATI, out of FNU, who want to undertake commercial agriculture, to assist them in preparing 5 acres of the land at 1/10 of their cost. We will pick up 90% of the cost of the land preparation. Mr. Speaker say, we are also wanting farmers to own their own tractors in groups. So this year we have a budget of $1.16 million, of which 25 tractors will be provided to farmer groups, and 5 excavators will be provided to these farmers in in Lomai Wuna cluster, where 90% of the Fiji ginger originates from, Mr. Speaker said. Honorable Minister of Economy was there. They raised this issue about delaying getting government digger, and we are fortunate to have this allocation that they will own this excavator to undertake. As you know, for ginger cultivation, they need to bring in new land every year because the existing land where they grew ginger cannot be utilized for next 3 years because of nematode issue. Mr. Speaker said we are simultaneously, through the supply chain, sending signal to these farmers by organizing the market for them, and therefore leveraging the agro-processing exporters by having a separate allocation where they can do capital improvements on their site, where they will be able to access a grant of up to $10,000 to upgrade their capital equipments. So we're looking at supporting 15 agro-processors from this allocation through $10,000 of grant, while they can also, the agro-processors can also apply for the commercial farmers' equity, where they can take a bigger loan package from Fiji Development Bank, while we will provide 20% equity. Mr. Speaker, our Women in Agriculture program has $300,000 allocation, the largest allocation ever for women who are engaged in agriculture, Mr. Speaker, and they can apply for assistance of whatever they need. We have got also other support through planting material, totally free to farmers, whether it's Dalo planting material, Yangona, cassava, horticultural crops, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in this way, we will see a bumper increase in production. At the same time, we are working very closely with the Ministry of Industry and Trade to open up new markets in not only in Australia and New Zealand, but also in totally new markets in the US and other countries. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.